The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths, in particular Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It is the Gingerbeard Man here again. We're playing some Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and today we're going to talk about Leatherface. I'm going to go over a little bit about Leatherface, his abilities, his perks, some of the execution attributes, the skill tree, and the cosmetics, a little bit of everything. When I played the tech test, we didn't get to go through all of it because it was locked, but now that the game is out and I have played it day in and day out, I think I have a pretty good idea of most things when it comes to playing most of these killers, having played them all. So today we're just going to talk about Leatherface. This is like Leatherface only video. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start with his ability itself. Level 1 abilities, I'm going to literally just respec this because it does not matter. You can do it 1,000 times. The level 1s reduce the chances of overheat from excessive revving by 10%. The chainsaw can be used 10% more often before stalling, and reduces the overheat cooldown time before you restart the chainsaw by 15%. You guys can literally pick whatever you want and run it the way you want it. Me personally, I want that 10% more often before stalling the chainsaw to be used. This is the way I go. In the second tier, reduces the chance of overheat from excessive revving by 20%, and then the chainsaw can be used 20% more often before stalling, and then reduces the overheat cooldown by 25%. I still kept the middle, because of the fact the chainsaw can be used now 10%, 20% more often before stalling, because it stalls a lot if you don't. Some people have found better ways around it, obviously, that don't mind the stalling. You know, they just want more overheat reduction, or, you know, over here to reduce the overheat. Me personally, I don't like it stalling all the time. It gets on my nerves. And then here are the 3s. It reduces the chances of overheat by revving 30%. Starts the chainsaw instantly. Reduces the overheat cooldown time before you restart the chainsaw by 35%. A lot of people use the middle one. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people do, because then you don't got to start the chainsaw at the beginning. It automatically is on, and you can just roll and cut people down. I don't care. I could start it. And that's usually why I go over here to reduce the chance of overheat from excessive revving by 30%, because I like to hold the chainsaw over my head to slam them down. The way that I have this built right here, sometimes, and this isn't an always, this is a sometimes, you can rev it and chase someone down and hit them, and they'll fall down, and the chainsaw obviously isn't gonna shut off, because you have the chainsaw can be used 10% more before stalling, 10%, 20%. So when you hit them, they're going to knock down. You just rev the chainsaw once, it's still going to keep going, and you can just hit them, and it sometimes will insta-kill them, and they'll be dead automatic. So that is the way I like to do it. Everyone is different, though. As you can see, there's tons of different ways this tree can go. You can go every which direction to try your own puzzle piece there to fit your fancy for playing the game. So I say try anything. Now, executions, gutted like a deer, face grinder, and drilling down. These 2 are bought on the store. I think it's like $7, I think. But he comes with this one. Attributes you earn in the tree to put in here. You get 26 altogether, and you have to spread them out accordingly. I have mine for savagery and endurance because obviously Leatherface is the mostly the strong one of the bunch. So with savagery, being all the way up, it's easier to kill people in endurance because obviously Bubba runs around with his head cut off 24/7 in the basement playing this game. So endurance needs to be up. Blood harvesting, I don't really care about because let's just be honest. I'm mostly trying to kill him. I'm not trying to capture the blood. That's the other two's issue. So that is the, and here's where you put your perks in, and this is where you put your grandpa ability slot in that you'll get on here, and these are the only ones that you can unlock for Leatherface, which I think is the same for, yeah, it's the same for everyone. But we're gonna get to the skill tree now. This skill tree, ladies and gentlemen, I have wood every direction. I am gonna slowly go through this so you can see each way. The tracker tag you'll get first if you go left. The animal farm's over there, and the swinging for the fences is over there. Reduces stamina consumption of melee attacks by 20%. The chicken increases the chicken detection radius. Feral increases savagery. Big swings attack damage is increased by 10% by stamina consumption tied to attacks is 300% more costly. This goes up obviously as you go up in levels. Every single one of these, except for the grandpa perks, go up within their levels, obviously, because 1, 2, 3, you see the savagery, 3, 5, 7, they all go up. Now, the question marks are random. You can literally get any perk that's on this whole entire tree. So, they are random. It's like pulling a perk out of a hat. So you really don't know how it's going to go. Master Key can instantly burst through latch doors. Well-fed Yunions. Whenever Grandpa Sonar is activated, all family members instantly regain 50% stamina. You got Universal Donor. Collected blood from buckets is increased by 20%, 30, then 40. Then you got another one over here for the random perk. And then you go this way more than likely. And you can go up, left, or right. Pick your choice. It's all up to you. Like I said, right here's a random perk. And you got Chicken Whispers. Chickens won't make noises unless you're very close to them. Chicken detection radius is reduced by 20%. This is another savagery. After being stunned, you deal more damage. And that's the way I went. And then this one, Brute Strength. I think Brute Strength to me is like the biggest one that is needed on the board when you're playing with the family because it increases the melee damage for all family members. Obviously, my guy's going to be pretty maxed out. I mean, obviously, I'm Leatherface, but the other two, if you're Hitchhiker, Sissy, any of them, the Cook, or Johnny, they might not have their savagery up really high, and this gives them a little bit more of a boost to kill them faster. So that is the left lane. Most of it, for the most part. Now, if you go up, Blood Banker, maximum blood storage capacity is 10%. Punishment, after finding a victim in a hiding spot, 20 extra points of damage will be dealt. This is one I use all the time. Hitting a victim with the chainsaw causes 1 HP of extra damage per second for 3 seconds. It goes up to 7 seconds. Experienced Stalkers reduces the family's proximity warning range for victims. Confusing a mechanic. After turning on a generator, it takes 5 seconds longer than usual for victims to disable it. Valent. Your damage is increased by 10% when carrying a full blood vial. Windoom. Victims take 50% more damage when jumping out of windows. Another one I use right here all the time. While revving your chainsaw, you regenerate stamina 10% faster. So not only am I maxed out with my endurance, I have this too, revving my chainsaw to gain stamina too. So my stamina, it's literally very, 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 very long. Very long. I hardly ever run out of stamina. I will end up just mostly slapping myself in the face from being Leland hit or stabbed or something like that, or hit with the door, like I hardly ever just run out of stamina because I'm always rubbing the chainsaw. So it's very rare that I run out of stamina. And then I would up that way. You can go right also. As you can see, there's a niche there that you can go right. You go right down the rabbit hole. Victims who climb down wells will be highlighted for 7 seconds. Uh, and these perks are on like all the family members. My bad, all the family members. Um, but they're all in different ways. Left, up, and right. So I'm pretty much just showing you where most of them are. You got a random perk here, you got a random perk here, and you got a random perk here. And there's a tree or a branch right there that you have to pick which way, left or right. Obviously, if you take the right, you got another random perk here. Both sides have random perks, by the way. Random perk, random perk. So it don't matter if you go left or right here. You're going to get 2 random perks. There's one at the end here, too. But that's the top to go up. And then this one, exterior alarms when active, all critical doors and gates are highlighted for 5 seconds if opened. So that's mostly the middle. Now you can go over here. There's a random one right here. And well, victims that jump down wells take 50% more damage. This is a big one for other people. The cook in general, I believe, would be best with that one because a lot of victims jump down the well. And Leatherface, if you got brute strength on, and then another one for whatever the case may be, something of the proximity of the chickens or something, it would help out a lot. But the well is going to help Leatherface a lot because if they jump down, he's already in the basement chasing people and whatnot, and someone jumps down that well up top from being chased by somebody else, well, you're going to see him automatically. So they're going to jump down. If you have that other perk anyway on at the same time as this they're going to take 50% more damage. And down the rabbit hole here, victims that jump down the well are going to be highlighted for 7 to 12 to 17 seconds. So if you have these 2 stacked, if you have that grandpa perk and you have this perk on here, well, they're already 50% more damaged, and you could see them, so you can run all the way over there and probably kill them 9 out of 10. I mean, let's just be honest. And then there's Siphon. Your blood harvesting is up more. Now, if you go right, you'll pay for that. If Grandpa is incapacitated, your damage dealt to victims is increased by 15% until he recovers. That goes to 20 to 25. If you go down, nobody escapes hell. The minigame for locked doors is 40% more difficult for all victims. Now, if you use this, now we're not talking about him yet, but if you use this and you have the cook and you have locks and you have the lock perk that the cook has that makes the locks even harder to get through, plus this at the same time on, yeah, you might as well just chalk that up as a win because there ain't no way. It's so hard. I've seen so many videos on this. It is so hard to open up the doors, locks, both of them at the same time. It will take you forever and you're gonna get caught. So if you stack those, you're gonna have some issues. I'm gonna be honest. But this goes over, always in sync. When active, the family focus ability duration is increased and the cooldown is reduced. Scout, your movement speed is increased by 5%, but melee damage is reduced by 30%. I don't know how good that one would be. You got a random perk here. Fire it up after running out of stamina. There's a 30% less delay before stamina starts regenerating again. Bloodlust, Leatherface takes 10% more damage after executing a victim from the gallows. Got a random perk here. You can't go over there. I'm going to go this way. Unrelenting endurance is 3%, 5, and then 7. You got surgical. Receive 20% more blood when attacking victims. And you got a random perk here. Barge to the point. Barging doors always opens them on the first try. And you got a little breach path there. And then we got rubber boots over here. You're immune to electric cattle grids, but the generator starts only 5 pulls. So if the electric is on, somebody's at the electric gate and they're dancing on the other side because you can't get over to them because the electric's on, you can run right over that electric and attack them. Dinner bell, victims caught in traps will be highlighted at your maximum stamina. 20 points for 15 seconds. Don't have all day. 20% stamina drain while sprinting. Excited grandpa. Sonar ability is reduced by 20% at each level. Got another perk, and that's where it ends. That is the whole tree. I think this one right here is just more ability points, more than likely. 9 out of 10. So that is everything for the ability tree on which way to go. I personally like going up the middle. When I went both ways, I found more perks up the middle that I personally liked more than going left or right. Obviously, everyone is different. You go left, right, you go up, down, whatever you want to do. It's all up to you and how you play the game. Um, so, but I am going to tell you, since we already are in here, that you can respec this over and over and go different ways and see how everything works in that. Your perks do not reset, so if I have level 3, whatever, this one, Blood Banker, I got level 3, and I go all the way back and I go left, and then I decide later, I like the middle better, I'm going to go back. Well, that Blood Banker is still going to be level 3. They don't reset. So, remember that one. Cosmetics. The Pretty Woman, you got to have 10 matches. Leatherface, Old Lady is 20 matches to unlock their clothes. Then, of course, you get the regular Leatherface to start out. Weapons. These 3 are DLC. You start out with the original, of course, but these 3 are DLC. I don't know if they're free everywhere. They were free on Xbox, but I don't know if they're free everywhere. They might be. But yeah, you equip your grandpa perks in here. And then when your ability points that you get in the tree, you'll go down here and put them in. And that's it. That's old Leatherface. So that is all the directions of the tree. That's everything you can do with them. That's the abilities, the perks, the executions, the attribute points, the skill tree on all directions, and the cosmetics. I will see you all on the next video, and we're going to check out probably who's next in line. Let me see who's next real quick, and I'll let you know. The cook. The cook is next in line. So that is what we will be doing. Have a great rest of your day, and I am out of here.